With heaven now walled off, and me needing a break away from big time consuming projects, our focus is all on hell today. Level 3 upgrades are the new priority for hell, and maybe some cosmetic enhancing as well. Decorations, basically. The keep looks, well, it looks pretty monotone, dull and grey, kind of like myself actually. But I think we could add some colour to it with the addition of some fancy ass roofing. I see plenty of new blocks in those decorations, which will be sure to keep the new automation builds busy. We'll also need to keep our eyes on the farms too, make sure this lazy lot is actually producing crops for the new meals we've set, as once we upgrade these houses to level 3, there's no going back. The demand and entitlement only grow stronger. Anyway, let's start off with a smaller roof piece just to ease them in. And we'll go with this flat piece here. Well, we will in just a second. This flat roof piece here, which is going to sit above the hospital and just outside of the house there. Really not sure what they've done to the bounding boxes of things. This is a bit difficult to see, but regardless, we will go ahead with this. Doesn't look the most complicated upgrade, so we'll go with it. And that will be our very first roof piece then for the keep. Well, I see that Addison is upgrading the house here then, so this is a level 3 upgrade that it's getting. Promise is finishing off a guard tower back in heaven, nice. And Amorous is the one who's picked up that flat roof decoration there, okay, excellent. With Grace still working away on the level 2 upgrade to the Crusher. And I see that we have blocked off the entrance to a bedroom there with some stone bricks. I hope that's deliberate and I've not done something stupid. And already we have in all of these new red nether brick materials for the roof on the open request list. Plus all of the food items. Right, we will need to go kick the farmers' arses. I'm gonna assume that most of these new blocks will simply be taught to the stonemason here, who does already seem to be making some red nether brick up. Yep, we do teach all these new recipes to the stonemason, so that's handy. It's all fine us here teaching the recipes for these red nether brick items, but does it actually know how to make the red nether brick to begin with? Probably not. I think that's a dyer job. And we don't have a dyer yet, and I don't think we're anywhere close to being able to get a dyer down. That is research, let's go check on that. Rainbow Heaven is the research we need, and that is going to require us having a level 3 composter, which in order for us to make the composter, we just need to unlock it. So in about 30 minutes time, we'll unlock the composter build, which will probably sit over by the farmers there, and that at least starts the process towards getting the dyer set up. And I do think we're going to need the composter up here anyway, just to help with the cultivation of all of these new crops. I really don't think the farmers are doing a good job on that front. Red candles also seem to be a new staple that we're going to need for level 3 builds, which of course is going to require some honeycomb in order to make the candles up, which we could use honey essence to make them, or we could have the beekeeper from the apiary getting us honeycomb instead. That's maybe another type of agricultural build that we should maybe consider building here too, as well as a Fletcher build, seeing as we're going to need that to actually automate making the candles, and once again the dyer's hut to actually dye the candles into colours. So composter and apiary to maybe add to that list. Right, and Fletcher of course, but we're going to require some string to make up the hut block for it, plus some research which I forgot about. String first I think, which thanks to all of these cobwebs shouldn't be too difficult for us to get. I think that's a mod which is causing the cobwebs to spawn in, I don't really know. And the research to unlock the Fletcher is string work, just requiring 16 string, which is absolutely fine, we already have the sawmill requirement. The composter's hut is just another giant cube, of which we're just going to sit here beside the farms I think. It looks rather interesting inside actually. I'm not entirely sure what all of these troughs are meant to be. No idea, but I'm sure we'll find out once we construct the build. The apiary build for our wax needs looks a bit more interesting actually. It's a bit different to just one giant cube. Oh yes, we actually get some glass at the back of it, even from level 1. Okay, good, something a bit different. And at level 5, that glass just gets tinted green. Yeah, that's alright. Let's maybe just tuck it in somewhere over here. Although with the build being so open there, I wonder if the bees will just simply escape. Well, again, time will tell. But we don't need any research to construct this, so let's just simply do so. Someone will pick that up. And that will hopefully then be all of our wax needs then taken care of. We doing okay here, Reed? Actually planting any crops here today? You've got full stacks of them in. We should be doing something. The Fletcher build only has the one entrance and exit into it, which is good, so we'll be able to sit that just here beside the other automation builds. And I'm pretty sure I just seen the dyer's hut within that. Oh, okay, the dyer's hut is an integrated build, as is the concrete mixer by the looks of it. This is definitely the Fletcher? Oh, yes. Holy crap, okay, so the Fletcher build has 3 buildings within it. Damn, that's going to be a handy one to get up. That is going to be a lot of real estate saving actually. 3 builds in 1. Sadly, we're just going to need to wait on that research completing before we can actually establish those builds. We've got plenty to do in the meantime anyway. Amaris actually has in everything she's going to require to build the flat roof decoration. That was nice and quick, and I see that we're only 10% done with it. This shouldn't be a difficult build for her to do here. They've finally given us a door, so I'm not entirely sure why this is taking so bloody long to complete. That'll be why actually. They will be sleeping. I need some dye anyway, that's why we're back here in heaven. Dye essence at least. I might grab out a few seeds here too, and we'll just grow them down in hell. I mean, whilst I'm here, we may as well grab out some spider essence, and we can get loads of string out. Whatever I have. Spider essence. Of course the spider essence has been grown down here in hell, that's why I couldn't find it up there. Whatever. But with it at least, we have string for absolute days. Maybe we won't need a Fletcher actually, seeing as I can make up so many of these coloured candles here with ease. Nah, too much work for me to do. I see Otis the farmer has a new icon above his head. He is idling. Oh, that's good that you have plenty of time to idle then, Otis, which means you must have planted loads of crops out here for us. Good, our food woes are finally over. Oh, I'm sure the colony will be so happy to know that you're idling right now with all of these crops being grown here. And excellent timing as well. There's the colony's very first level 3 house, which means that people are soon going to start demanding some better crops and meals here then, Otis. Won't that be a shame if the farmer isn't actually doing anything? Blue, I may have a job for you. Well, I suppose this new level 3 house doesn't look the worst then. I think we've got all 4 rooms now established. Yes, indeed we do, and I'm pretty sure that we have a guard tower in here too somewhere. Yep, we don't need to do anything with it. That's also Grace finally finished with the level 2 upgrade to the crusher over there. Even better. And believe it or not, we are now over 50% done with the first roof decoration. Why do I hear frogs? Addison has picked up the apiary build. We will probably need to teach a few items here to different builds. Oh damn, actually that's quite a lot that goes towards this level 1 build. Grace hasn't picked up anything yet because we actually can't establish anything yet. We need to wait on that research finishing. So in the meantime then, let's maybe get up some more roof decorations. Oh well, there's the biodegradable research just finished. Well, let's do 1 roof decoration then, and then we'll go over and start the composter. This is a L-pieced roof decoration, which I think will sit very nicely just there. Again, it doesn't look the most complex thing to build, and we'll let Grace pick that up and get on with it. Whenever Amaris finishes off with the flat roof decoration, we'll get her then coming over to establish the composter's hut for us. We are tiptoeing ever so closer to this giant keep to the side here, which we will need to raid at some point just to get rid of its inhabitants. Parachuting piglin brutes are definitely the bane of my existence in this place, but with Blue on board as well as a handful of guards, we should be able to storm the place and take everything out. Plus I see prismarine on the top there, so that's going to be very handy for level 4 upgrades. And a whole host of new blocks for us to teach to the sawmill and stonemason then. Those are for the apiary build, so let's get to it. Damn, you are learning a lot of new recipes here today then, Mr. Stonemason. And I'm pretty sure I just seen some terracotta within that list there too, which we will need to go up to the stone smeltery above just to make sure that it can make terracotta. You know, stuff like that really helps us out in a major way when we have so many of these different blocks to make. So thank you, Howard, you're actually contributing. We are clearly out of red nether bricks within the warehouse, so I'll need to go make some of those up for the next couple of shingles. And we also require some smooth sandstone here as well, which that is a recipe that we should be able to teach to the stone smeltery here. Yes, as simple as that. And whilst I'm here actually, you may as well learn the recipe to make bricks and how to turn clay into terracotta too. Shame you can't make up the glass panes here we need, or the honey blocks, but that's the apiary and glass blower. Glass blower, that's another research which we would need, and I think we've got enough on our plates here today, so for the time being I will just simply make up the glass they need. It's not as if the smelters here are incapable of making that up quick. Oh, you know what, actually the honey block itself is an item that can be made up by the mechanic. Yeah, they should be able to turn honey bottles into the honey block. Perfect. And the beekeeper from the apiary will of course be able to get us honey bottles from the bees, but I'm pretty sure we can also teach that recipe to the chef. Yep, an empty glass bottle and some honey essence can make up the honey bottles. So let's quickly teach you up that recipe here as well then, Mr. Chef. We'll need to head back to the sawmill to teach them the compost barrel recipe, as well as stripped spruce panel recipe, but I've also seen the flower shop hut on the list here for Amaris, which means that the composter, even at level 1, must be getting the flower shop installed into it. Yes it is. And maybe that's what these troughs are then for. Maybe this is where the plants will be grown into. Interesting. We will eventually find out there, I think. Blue. Well, I believe that's finally everything off the open request system that we're going to need so far then, apart from all of the food items, which we really just need the farmers to actually stop being idle and doing something. Amaris is constructing the composter's hut. We are 60% supplied for it, less than 20% done. Addison is building the apiary build and is only about a quarter way done with it. And Grace is working on that L-shaped roof piece. There's a lot of red nether bricks still required for it, but we are slowly getting there. The farmers still aren't doing much of anything, just mainly standing about like the absolute plebs they are. Come on, Otis, we will actually need to do something at some point. I am really trying to resist the urge from hitting you right now, because I know that Blue will take it a bit further. Actually, you know what? Blue, come here a second. Well, that didn't work, but it certainly made me feel better. We are 40% done with the apiary already, and it is coming together pretty nicely. I still don't think this wall will be enough to keep the bees from escaping out from here. I think the only real way into it will be this door. We will see. I don't really have much hopes for this. We will need to go back to heaven at some point to bring them over some proper bees, but in the meantime, what I'm going to do is even just get them up some quartz bees to look after. They should spawn in any moment now. Perfect, so we'll go grab those and we'll take them over. And there's our researchers made their conclusions about string work. That's a Fletcher build, now unlocked. So we'll get Amaris coming over to construct that for us just after she's finished off with the composter's hut. And with any luck, this won't be a completely ridiculous build to do here. Not by the looks of it so far. And we have an interesting request from Addison. A terracotta trapdoor using terracotta and glass. That should be another stonemason recipe, which indeed it is. Upstairs at the stone smeltery should produce the terracotta for them. As for the glass, well, I've made loads so far, although it has reminded me that we do need the crusher being level 3 in order for us to get some research for it to start crushing stuff into clay. Yep, so we'll eventually get that up to level 3 here too, and it should start turning cobblestone into sand and eventually that into clay, which can then be given up to the stone smeltery to turn it into terracotta and bricks, and there's something else automated. And it's nice to see that we don't have anyone here within the restaurant waiting to be fed. Maybe. We have a problem. There are zombies in a nearby forest causing trouble. No. No, there is no nearby forest, and no, there is no zombies. Camden, just go work. Oh yeah, the flat roof piece was completed earlier actually, and we didn't really come out to have a look at it. Shame really that we'll need to remove some of it just to get access to it, but that's absolutely fine. And yes, this is looking not too bad actually. I will tidy it up slightly so that it's got a slightly better entrance to it. The keep design also has these wall facades, which we could maybe install here too, just to make it look a little bit less grey overall. Yeah, something like that could work really nicely actually, and that would take you out onto pretty much what we've now made into a balcony. It does look as if there's quite a lot of copper involved in this here, waxed exposed copper. Yes, maybe an idea for another time. I don't really want to get back into the whole gate scenario stuff, but an idea. And on that topic of roofing, the new roof piece is now 80% done. Yes, I really quite like these pieces actually, although if they're hollow in the centre, we are just going to trap a lot of mobs within them. That's a them issue, not an us issue. The composter's hut is now 60% complete. There's the flower shop being installed into it, and the composter's hut there as well. I haven't seen Amaris in a while, and I don't think there's anything that she's requesting in at the moment. No, she pretty much has everything in. She is idling at the moment. There is no need to be idling. We have work to be done. Things around here take long enough as is. Never mind you guys now starting to just idle. Oh, I absolutely hate that. Love that though. And exactly what we need here as well. We now have a barbarian raid. East is this a ways, so let's go blue. Let's go kick some ass. Oh, and even better actually, they have a decent spawn. None of this getting lost up in the f***ing forests. Right, blue, get to it. I'll just stay over here. I'm pretty sure I just heard some fireworks. Yes, that's parachuting piglins, which is a big no thank you from me. Oh, that's quite funny though. Whoops, I have left a way open for them to get in. That was a bit silly of me. Why are they moving so fast? Yes, this was a very, very silly idea of mine there. Piglins, could you help? Guards even, could you maybe help? Oh, you know what, actually, we only have 5 raiders left. 4 raiders left. Very, very soon to be 3 raiders left. And we do only have the 1 raider left, whose silhouette I do see over there. Blue, take out that rather difficult piglin there for me, please, pet. And I'm just going to take this one out quick, seeing as we clearly don't have any guards in this colony, or if we do, they're away sleeping or idling. Raid complete. Yeah, nice one, guys. Just you all sit here within the restaurant waiting to be fed whilst we have a raid. Sounds perfectly good to me. Yep, we are really going to need to deal with this whole sleeping on the job situation that we have going on here. It's really good that we do have blue kicking about. Yeah, just you leave there, Major. That's absolutely fine. That guard is trying to take out the ghast with a sword. Yes, you probably are best just running away here. Sheer incompetence no matter where you go. Oh, I didn't realise that the roof of the composter was made out of acacia wood. No wonder that took a while for them to get. Also incredibly flammable, so that's always a bonus. We are fast approaching 90% completion with the composter, so this will flag off any moment now. Then we'll get Amaris moving over to start on the Fletcher. And there's Grace finished with the L-piece roof decoration. Maybe let's get her upgrading another house then. These roof decorations are incredibly nice looking, don't get me wrong, but I think we'd be better upgrading some other things in the meantime. We'll eventually spend some more time getting down some more roof pieces because I really do quite like these, but we certainly have more priorities than just those at the moment, so yes, let's upgrade some more housing. And remember those wall decorations I was talking about earlier? Well, there is a glass covered one here, which I think could suit the corridors quite nicely. The corridors which take you upstairs are mainly used just for that. We won't have any way of getting out from them. So maybe we could just install some window walls. Window walls? I mean, I suppose that is an accurate description of them. But yeah, maybe something like that eventually down the line could also work. We definitely have a lot more decorations which we could put around here, so that is another idea which again we will keep in mind, but shall for now. The composter's hut here is just about to flag off as complete. I think Amaris is just placing in the final torches for it. Fertile lands, yes, there it is. Excellent, so we do need this build up to level 3 eventually, so that we can unlock the Dyer's Hut. And honestly, level 2 doesn't look that difficult to do here, so let's just upgrade it and someone will come pick that up. Oh, and even better, that's the apiary now done as well. So we'll eventually get some bees left in here. I thought we were supposed to get a door. Yeah, we'll eventually get some proper bees left down here. I think for now we'll just leave a few crystalline bees, just to give the beekeeper at least something to do, and don't you dare escape, I see where you're heading. But that's another ideal build up for level 3, because with it we can start producing wax automatically, and that will go towards making candles. And even the bee wax required to wax these exposed and copper blocks. Both Grace and Addison seem to have picked up level 3 houses to upgrade at the moment, which again is fine. We need some more spaces for more idiots. And Eden, that is a new type of red cog you have above your head. What's up? I wish the restaurant menu would contain some better food options. Oh, here we can go. Yep, already it's starting. And Grace, that's not how you sit. Amaris has picked up the Fletcher's hut as we expected, and I know there's going to be a few blocks here which she's going to require us getting for her. Mainly the concrete mixer and the Dyer's hut block, but also a few different wool blocks here as well, which in an ideal world we would have a shepherd build up, herding as sheep and collecting as wool from them, but my way for now is far easier. The level 3 upgrade gears are now slowly starting to move. There's still some stiff parts working against our progress, but overall, Hell is making some massive strides towards full automation, and yet there's still so much more to do.